Hey, this is Deepak here from digitaldeepak.com, and in this video we are going to have a look at lead generation and lead nurturing. So let's get started. First, we have to look at what is a lead. Lead is basically a contact information that can lead to a sale. So lead is a contact information of a potential customer that is going to buy from you. Lead can be email or phone number, plus it can have more details about the customer. So the minimum requirement is email or phone number. So if you have the email or phone number of a person, and if there is a chance that he is going to buy from you, then this is called a lead. Site visitors, retargeting pixels, push notification subscriptions, or some form of opt-ins where people opt in to receive information from you, but we cannot call them as leads. The minimum requirement is that we need to have the email, and in most of the cases it is a combination of email and phone number. Another thing that I want to tell you about lead generation is that lead generation is not really required for commodities. So lead generation is required when you are selling a software product or a software service, or it could be something like automobiles or real estate, where the product needs some education in the customer side, and you explain the customer why the product costs so much and how it is different from other products. When you look at commodities, the product is going to be similar across all the suppliers. So commodities will range from onions, potatoes, even all the way up to gold bars, where what you expect back from the product is going to be very standard. So in such cases, lead generation is not required. People either decide to buy or they decide not to buy. They don't need any customer education. So you will understand these concepts as we go ahead, and I will show you more examples. So let us look at how to generate leads. So there are different ways to generate leads. One of the most common method of lead generation that you might have seen online is free trial registration. So if you are using an online service, which is a software product, you are going to sign up for a free trial, and this particular free trial registration becomes a lead for that company, and they are going to go ahead and follow up with you to try to sell you the product. In terms of training and information product, signing up for a free course or signing up to download an ebook or a case study or industry report is a common method to go ahead and generate leads. So if you are watching this video and if you have paid for one of my courses, you know that first you got attracted to my free digital marketing course, and while I got you signed up for the free digital marketing course, I collected your email ID. So you have become a lead for me. Another way to generate leads is request for a product demo. Business card collection at events is also a way to go ahead and collect leads. Even inbound phone calls that you are getting is also lead, because you are getting the phone number of the potential customer. And purchase of a front end or a low priced product is also a form of lead generation, because the front end or low priced product is not something that you are going to make a profit out of. It becomes kind of a lead which you can go ahead and use to sell further products which are actually going to give you a profit. So any type of inbound inquiry, which could be a contact us email or contact us phone, or any of these things, can be a method of lead generation. So what to do after lead generation? Generally, when we are generating a lead, the lead is going to be a cold lead. We have to convert it into a warm lead, and then it becomes a hot lead. A hot lead is going to be ready to buy your product instantly, but in general, when you are generating leads, they are not going to be ready to buy your product instantly. A typical example is that whenever someone signs up for my free digital marketing course, I am generating a lead, but this person is not ready to go ahead and buy one of my paid courses. So only when I have nurtured them, only when I have given a lot of information to them, they will be ready to go ahead and buy one of my paid courses. So they are cold leads, and they have to be converted into warm leads using lead nurturing. So lead nurturing is best done with drip marketing emails, which I do, and phone calls can be done if the ticket size of the product is high. So let's have a look at how to convert cold leads into warm leads. So we can give free content and get attention. So whenever someone signs up for my free digital marketing course, I don't go ahead and present my paid products instantly. I go ahead and give them free content and get their attention. and this is going to convert these cold leads into warm leads, because with my free content they are looking at the quality of my videos, they are looking at my content, they get to know me better as a person, and then they are becoming ready to come to a position where they can buy one of my paid courses. So we can educate the customer about the product through the drip marketing emails. We can show testimonials from existing customers. We can intensify the need for the product or service. For example, when someone signs up for my free digital marketing course, they are not completely sure about the opportunity in the digital marketing industry. So in my blog posts and in my emails, I tell them the opportunity that is available. They can start a digital marketing agency, they can go ahead and work as a digital marketer, they can become self-employed and work from home and do freelancing in the digital marketing category. So when I give all this information, what happens is that their desire to learn digital marketing gets intensified, and that helps me increase the conversion ratio of my paid products as well. We can also help them choose the right product offering through the content that we deliver through emails and phone calls. So now we have had a look at what is a lead, how to generate leads, how to nurture the leads, and what is lead nurturing. So now let's have a look at how to convert the leads into customers. So leads should convert into paying customers eventually, because for every lead you are paying some money, and you are going to lose this money if you don't try to convert them into a paying customer. Not every lead is going to convert into a paying customer, but the money that you lose in generating leads which are never converting into paid customers will be offset by the actual sales that you make with other leads, because these other leads are going to churn out a profit for you. So this is where attribution is very important, because if you can go ahead and find out certain characteristics of your paying customers, then you can try to go ahead and acquire these paying customers as leads directly. But always there is going to be a conversion ratio. The conversion ratio is never going to be 100% no matter how much you target. So if you are generating 100 leads, you can never expect all the 100 leads to turn into paying customers. But you should try to go ahead and generate high quality leads in the first place and convert these leads into paying customers. So follow up with emails and phone calls until they convert into paying customers. If the price of the product is high, it makes sense to make phone calls. When there are a lot of leads and if sales team cannot call all the leads, then lead scoring is done. Like for example, if I am selling a high-end product, like for example, if I am selling a weekend training program, which easily costs upwards of 10,000 rupees, in such cases, conversions will not happen via email alone. So if I do a phone call, then what will happen is that in the phone call, they can clarify their doubts and they will be much more comfortable to pay a higher amount when we are having a phone conversation with them. So a sales team can make the phone calls. But let's say my sales team each salesperson can make only 25 calls a day. And when someone can make only 25 calls a day, but let's say I am generating 100 leads a day, what happens is that lead scoring has to be done. In the sense, I have to go ahead and predict out of these 100 leads, what are the top 25 leads which are highly likely to convert, and the salesperson will spend time only with the high quality leads. So this is very true for software products also. Like when you are signing up for a software free trial, they ask you questions like, what is your total company size, what is your position in the company, and things like that. And this information helps the sales team qualify you as a potential lead. Like for example, if a student is going ahead and trying out a software product or service, then the sales team will not get back to them if it is a student, because a student is not likely to buy an enterprise product. Maybe the student is just trying to learn how the software works. So in such cases, the sales team can ignore the leads. So lead scoring is a very important part of digital marketing, and I have written an article about it on my blog. So I have linked to this article below this video, so you can go and have a read at it. So that's it for today's video. I hope you learned about lead generation. It was a bit theoretical, but this theory is important so that in the next video we can have a look at some practical concepts, and we can actually go ahead and see how the funnels of different businesses are built and how they generate leads and how they actually go ahead and nurture the leads and finally convert them into paying customers. So if you have any questions, leave a comment below and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.